What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Skip and Loafer, this time with episode 4. Loving this show at the minute, one of my favourites of the season, to be honest with you guys. Again, I love these type of shows when they're done correctly. Some of my favourites. Again, more often than not, they're not done in my kind of personal preference, but again, I've been really loving this. Last episode we met another new character. I do forget her name, but it was a kind of meager glasses wearing lady who ended up actually getting on pretty well with our main character, Iwakura. I'm actually doing it okay. I remember the names for this show. That probably doesn't seem like it, but in comparison to the other ones I'm covering this season, again, there's a lot of good anime coming out this season. But yeah, she was really nice. Again, relate to her quite a bit in kind of quietness. But she ended up actually kind of getting along. Well, they didn't seem to get along quite well. The blonde, pretty girl and the glasses lady we met last episode. But by the end of the episode, they actually kind of got to understand each other a bit more. So I'm looking forward to seeing where their kind of relationship develops in the future. But again, it was a really nice addition to the cast. So hopefully we'll see more of her going forward. Again, more very wholesome moments. But do let me know what you guys think of this episode down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with these weekly reactions. And let's get right into it, guys. Really loving this show. Like I said last week, it's it's quite simple in terms of story and such, but it just gets it right. It hits the nail on the head every time. Instead of making it like overly complicated, adding too many kind of characters you're going to put a focus on. Don't get me wrong, I think there's going to be a lot of cast members in the show, but they're all actually kind of almost get a full episode focusing on them, which is good, rather than just little bits here and there. But yeah, it was a bit sad, honestly, we didn't get to see more about Shima, I think his name is. I was a little bit sad we didn't get to hear more about Shima's kind of past after the episode before last. Because it was made quite obvious he was like an actor at some point, like a child actor or something, so excited to hear more about that, see where that goes. Not that I'm against, obviously, side characters coming in here and there. That's an obvious thing for the side cast to do. But sometimes, again, they get more concerned with that than the kind of main characters. And just as we see in the opening, even in the opening, the big focus is on them, isn't it? And the people in their lives. I'm looking forward to seeing more of the red-haired girl as well again. She's not my favourite character, but I'm interested to see where her storyline goes as well. Trying very hard. Yeah, this is definitely one of the shows I look forward to the most on a weekly basis. Although again, there's a lot this season. There's a lot of really good shows. Probably one of the best seasons of anime I've covered on my channel ever. There's been a few really good ones, and this is definitely up there in terms of quality throughout. Every episode. Well, kid actors used to be pretty bad, didn't they? Nowadays, they're really fucking good. I'm not sure that's a good thing, though. I mean, it obviously is for movies, but for the kid. As weird as that sounds. we know what happened to a lot of kind of child actors when they grow up. They have all sorts of issues and such. So it's nice to see Shima's doing good. But yeah, this guy has the secret slip, hasn't he? I'm not sure Shima's going to appreciate that. My morning. Yeah, I think she did notice that, didn't she? That maybe someone would have brought this up if they actually wanted people to know. Yeah, she realised that he doesn't want other people to know. Which is really quite impressive from her, to be honest. Reading someone like that. Obviously, the grey-haired guy is very much on the opposite end of the spectrum. Fuck's sake. This is really affecting her, isn't it? Maybe a bit too much. Oh, damn. Fuck hell. That's a bloody nose. Didn't know you could get that hurt from a volleyball. Well, I think that's quite obvious you can in a professional circumstance, but saying that, I got booted by a ball in the face the other day. Playing football, got booted right up on my nose. They're both very good at reading each other, aren't they? Yeah, he does not look happy. Sticking his fucking nose in. Yeah, you gotta respect it to an extent, but still, could be a bit more caring, couldn't he? Oh, does he? Yes, exactly. This is what I'm talking about. Well, that's just one reason. Like I said, these kids that get pushed into stuff like this, do they actually want to do it, or is it because again it makes their parents happy, or because they think they'd be kind of disowned perhaps if they didn't, or they'd feel like they let their parents down? It's a tough subject. Morally, quite tough. Definitely. No, I understand. Even to this day, I still don't have any kind of overarching goals or major achievements I want to achieve. Been a while since we've seen these. What is that? Like gyoza? I'm probably very wrong there, but it kind of looks like it. Oh yeah, that's a great friend right there. Shame you have to leave him behind, isn't it? But she's still kind of there, if you know what I'm saying. She's still there for us. We called her a couple episodes ago, didn't we? Of course you will. Why should you touch it like that? Tingly and chompy. I didn't know this before I put this episode on. These episode names are quite strange, aren't they? Damn, she really did fucking take her around. Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't Golden Week like the study week or something? I only know a little bit of that from Monogatari. And that's a bit of a good thing, to be honest with you. The amount she studies and spends like in her spare time on this kind of stuff. Now, and again, it's a bit of a good sign, making new friends, having other things on your mind other than just work and school. Is one of the members again, yeah. Treasurer. Allocating some funds. I still find it amazing that this kind of stuff happens. Like the students are put in charge of the finance and such. That's really good, to be honest, isn't it? In school, especially in the UK, I don't think in America either, you never really learn about finances or banking or insurance or anything. This actually gives you at least a little taste of stuff like that. Nice to see you so happy at being the most disciplined student. Fair play to her. Isn't that not what everyone does in an office? What I used to do a lot when I worked in an office. I'd take more breaks than everyone else. I don't know how I got away with it, to be honest. I'd always take a few more breaks than everyone else. I'd go to the toilet as often as I could. I'm kind of putting that, making it sound worse than it was. It's not like every 20 minutes I go to the bathroom, but at least like once a day, even if I don't need to. You know, that's more impressive than genius, to be honest, isn't it? Working hard to reach the same level. These two really are kind of made to be good friends, aren't they? They sure are. And yeah, we know she's yeah, she's very time sensitive, this girl, isn't she? We saw her schedule last episode and it was ridiculous. So yeah, what happens when your plan goes wrong? What happens when someone goes over by a minute or two? That then affects everything, doesn't it? So you can't plan for everything in life as well, and the kind of opposite end of things. As much as I'm quite impressed by her, you got to be quite robust in robust is not the right word. Tangible, no, not the right word either. Flexible as well. Yeah, you're lucky. Mine comes every hour. And even then, sometimes it doesn't even come. Look how fucking comfy that cat is. Hmm. I mean, I know this is a nice old woman, but they're literally taking candy from strangers. I'd never eat that. Well, I would. That's the thing. I would, because you know it's safe. But they do tell you never take candy from strangers. As a kid. Those greenhouses. No, I think you're teaching her a valuable lesson here. To be honest with you, Iwakura. I think you're teaching her a valuable lesson. Exactly. Definitely. Definitely. Nah, you can't. A nightmare. This is just kind of a manifestation of her wasting her time. The next one comes. I mean, you're trying so hard to catch up, and the next one just comes like that. Sometimes, again, you need to roll with things. The dream bus. Do you know what? This scene just kind of reminds me of the bus scene from Nightmare on Elm Street. It goes off that cliff. It's like stuck in the middle of like a quarry. And now your diary looks exactly the same. Cheers. Oh wait, she's the cat. I didn't put that together. Kind of thought that was maybe the cat we saw earlier. Obviously, it's not exactly the same, but like a different cat for the same kind of situation. You know what I'm saying? He's like a goddess now. Now look how fucking ready he is. Yeah, I know. I really like her. I like a lot of the characters in the series, but they do such a good job of exploring them, don't they? Like I said, they really do focus on them as well, like the whole episode. As much as we get a little bit of Iwakura and Shima, like I said, they really do kind of spend a lot of time focusing on these side cast members, not just a kind of half-assed little bit. Yeah, really good episode again. Really good episode again. And you don't even like. There's not really too much need to majorly develop characters like the lady, the secretary, treasurer that we saw today. But again, when they make them like this good, you really appreciate it. Like I said, not just some half-assed kind of crappy story. Actually, actually kind of relates a lot to Iwakura, as well as having her own kind of deal going on. Yeah, she was really nice. So I'm interested to see a little bit more of the red-haired girl and what she's kind of dealing with and such. Yeah, these two, I think they'll get along very well. They obviously did just then, but going forward, they're very similar, aren't they? Also different, as we saw with the kind of almost lessons that they taught each other. There she is as a little cat. So that's actually Iwakura right there, hey? Okay. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, another really good episode. I'm loving this series in a minute. Every character they seem to kind of delve into and kind of introduce been really good so far, hasn't it? Like I said, that they always kind of interject with the cast as well, like other cast members, and especially Iwakura, who gets to know them, gets to know more about them, gets to learn from them, but also teach a few of her ways to these people as well, which is beneficial because again, I don't think anyone can live their life like that, to be honest with you. Scheduling everything, like I said, what if something goes wrong by a couple of minutes, as we saw with her, she gets a bit flustered and didn't know what to do. Maybe one of the reasons why she failed her middle school exam, because again, you got to be able to adapt as well as kind of plan and such. But yeah, definitely respect her, and again, really love the relationship between her and Iwakura. Again, they just kind of almost perfectly get along, don't they? Very similar types of people. So looking forward to seeing more of that in the future, hopefully. I do hope to see Iwakura maybe become part of the student council at some point. Obviously, they got denied already last episode, I think it was, but at some point I hope they might be able to kind of figure something out with that. But yeah, interesting that we did actually confront the Shima situation with him being an actor before as well. Not as heavily kind of delved into as I thought it might be, but definitely again kind of went on the points that I brought up about kind of again interesting conversation about child actors, and again whether they should be allowed to be child actors. I mean, again, movies need child actors and such, but again, there's so many kind of morally questionable things in there. And we saw from him, he didn't want to disappoint his mum. He thought it might not, it made her happy, so he just kept on doing it. If you know what I'm saying. As a kid, things are just that simple. You do things because that's the reason. So yeah, it's very interesting topic. I do hope we might see a bit more about that, because again, that is a topic I'm quite interested in, to be honest with you. I think a lot of people are, but yeah, another awesome episode today. Let me know what you guys thought of this one down in the comment section. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date with these weekly reactions. I'll be back next week with episode 5, so hopefully join me then, and enjoy the rest of your day, guys.